Okay, this is homework for Wednesday, April 13th. I finally got the right date. Doing page 89, all of 7, A through D. Okay, so we're dealing with iPads, and each kid is playing their iPad for a certain amount of time. And these all represent how much life is left in percent of battery use. So, for example, Jack started with 78% and loses 10% per hour. So I want to label that in a way that makes sense. So, started with 78% battery life, uses 10% per hour. Okay. Now George started with 92% and uses 12.5 every hour. So his equation would y equals 92 minus 12.5x. Now Lucy, we need to write an equation using the carets. From 76 to 60 is 16. From 60 to 52 is 8. And then we have 2 and then 1. So now I have to divide them. 16 divided by 2 equals negative 8. Sorry, I forgot to say these are negative. They're going down. Negative 8 divided by 1 also equals negative 8. So her equation is y equals negative 8x. And then her y-intercept, she started with 76% battery. Now Anna, let's find 2 points to use. I'm going to use this one and this one. Use my slope triangle. My run is 2. My rise is 5, 10, 15. Make sure you watch what it's counting by. 15 divided by 2 is negative 7.5 because my slope is going down. So her equation is y equals negative 7.5 x plus she started with 85% battery. Okay, now we can answer the questions. Whose iPad had the most battery life when they started? So Jack started with 78, George started with 92, Lucy started with 76, and Anna started with 85. So George had the most battery to start with. Whose iPad is using the battery the fastest? So let's go fastest and then the slowest. So who's using more percent per hour? 10% per hour, 12.5% per hour, 8% and 7.5. So George is using it the fastest. You must be playing a crazy game. And then the slowest would be Anna at 7.5% per hour. Who will run out of battery life first, and who will be able to play their iPad for the longest? So here's why I want you to show some work. We're going to use each equation. So I'm going to have Jack. And I'm going to substitute 0 in for y, which is the hours. The percent. So when he's at 0%, we're going to solve for x to find out how long it takes for him to get to 0%. So now I'm going to solve. Divide by 10 on both sides. And I get 7.8 hours. So Jack gets to play for 7.8 hours. Now let's look at George and his equation. Substitute 0 in. Okay, I subtract 92 on both sides, which gives me negative 92 equals 12, negative 12.5x. divide by negative 12.5 on both sides, and I end up with 7.36 hours until his dies. Now Lucy put 0 in for her equation. Negative 8x plus 76. Now at one point one of you guys told me I wrote my equation backwards. It doesn't matter which way you put it. You could put the y-intercept first and then the slope, like this one. Or you could have it like mine where I put the slope first and the y-intercept. Either way, you get the same answer. So I subtract negative 6 on both sides to give me negative 76 equals 8x. Divide by negative 8 on both sides. And I get 9.5 hours. She could play hers for 9.5 hours before it dies. And last we have Anna. Substitute 0 in for y. Negative 7.5x plus 85. I subtract 85 on both sides, which gives me negative 85 equals negative 7.5x. Divide by negative 7.5 on both sides. I end up with 11.3 hours. Okay, so now when it comes to answering who will run out of battery first, well, George will, because he runs out of battery after 7.36 hours. And who will get to play for the longest, and that's Anna, because she doesn't run out of battery until after 11.3 hours. So make sure you show all of the work where we're substituting 0 in for y, and that you have all these answered correctly, and you showed all your work on these. Okay, see you tomorrow.